Welcome back to another tropical update. In this one, we're be taking a look at an in-depth detail of the Atlantic and where is the Atlantic, when is the Atlantic going to wake up? So in the next 48 hours, there is no tropical cyclones, and we can even add that to 7 days from now. There is so far no tropical, um, anything tropical in the Atlantic to worry about. So we don't have to worry. But after those 7 days, I do think the chances will go up as we are entering soon to be the beginning climb of the peak, starting around August. But so we need to all stay tuned. So my goal is to get to 50 subscribers. Thank you guys for 39 subscribers since I said the goal of 50. We are only 11 away. If we can get 11 more by the end of July, it will mean so much because then I can actually do some lives in the hurricane season. And when we have big storms, I can go live for you guys and we can just create a bigger family on this YouTube channel than it is. So please stay tuned. So we take a look at the satellite imagery, and wow, the satellite imagery just shows it all. Nothing to really worry about. You could tell what's this glaring thing in the southern areas of the Atlantic, and that's actually the sun coming up. And we don't really have dry air. You can tell where the dry air is prompt in the white shaded colors. That is where the dry air is coming off Africa. That's actually one of the reasons we do not have any tropical cyclones. But what I've been noticing that slowly but surely the Saharan dust is starting to relax. And with the Saharan dust starting to relax, then it will set the stage for the Atlantic to open up for business. And once you start seeing this sun glaring enter the whole Atlantic, then you know there's like no dry air. There's not even that much wind shear according to the satellite imagery. I really don't see any wind shear. So we're gonna have to be careful because we do expect tropical waves to really start ramping up, and I'm afraid going to August, I think we're gonna have an hyperactive season with a hyperactive September, August, and even October. I think those are going to be the 3 months where we get absolutely slammed. Tropical wave after tropical wave developing and really set the stage for the 2024 Atlantic hurricane season. So now I'm going to like to take a look at some things here. Let's take a look at the La Nina and El Nino because the El Nino causes wind shear, trade winds, and it keeps the waters cooler in the Atlantic. With the La Nina, less wind shear, less trade winds, warmer waters means more tropical activity. So what we have seen over here is a general decline of the SST 3.4 region index. This is pretty much everywhere in that zone that we're looking at. But we are starting to see it's getting closer and closer to a La Nina. We are what I will call a neutral now. We are in a neutral phase. We've been in a neutral phase for the last few months now, 3 months, I would say, because we ended around early May, I would say. So May, June, July, and yeah. So we're in a neutral, continuing to go down now, starting to steadily go down um, since July 1st. So that's not good signs because we are heading into the peak of the Atlantic hurricane season in September. But we take a look out of that. Let's take out of that. We look at this. There's the anomalies. The La Nina really starting to develop. We're going to have to really watch that. And the future path for this is a steady decline for the next few months and looking like even into December, February, and March, we're going to have a La Nina still maybe starting to become a um, neutral phase again going into the next hurricane season, but we don't know. All right. We still have to look at that and see how it goes. But you can tell we were in El Nino for quite a bit, actually, for quite a few months, for probably about a year. So that's not good. Now that actually was good because it kept the Atlantic waters colder. And no, actually, we had one of the warmest waters. I forgot about that. But even with besides the El Nino, it did not stop the Atlantic hurricane season because we still had 20 named storms and like seven hurricanes and like three major hurricanes. But we take a look at the model prediction. There it is. Expected to be in a La Nina. Some goes up, some stays steady in a La Nina. We're going to have to watch that. This is the mean of some of the models. Ensemble, the Enzo models, has a La Nina into August, September, October, even December and November. Into the next winter. We're going to have to watch that. But it starts going down more into a neutral phase, so we're going to have to really watch that. But let me stop talking about that. Let's get into the waters. So, we take a look at the waters in the Western Atlantic, and this is just a stunning view here. The waters, even after Beryl, we had a Category 5 hurricane, remember, went through the Barbados, just south of Barbados, went through here, became a Category 5, all linear in about 28, 29 degrees waters. And look at the waters today. They are now solid 29 and even some 30 degrees Celsius waters. That's high 80s to low 90s, you guys. So the waters are still warming even after Beryl, and it's a very concerning sign that even a Category 5 hurricane couldn't drop the water temperatures. It's because that ocean heat content, that record breaking waters from last year really entering into this year with the record breaking ocean heat content. Then we saw it went just south of Jamaica, right through here. The waters were about 28, 29. They're now 29, 30 degrees Celsius waters. And even through its whole path, that was in like 28, 29 is now 29 to 30 degrees Celsius. So very alarming. The waters are still warming. The ocean heat content is still getting stronger. Very concerning to me. But we take a look at when Beryl came off this area, we had 26 degrees waters, 26, 27. Now we're really starting to see that 28 and still that little spot of 27, but the waters in the Gulf is really warming. Then we saw it enter through here, became a Category 1 into Texas, and this was about 28, 29 degrees Celsius waters. The waters are now 30 to maybe 32 degrees Celsius in the Gulf of Mexico. It's very concerning. Widespread 30 degrees Celsius waters, especially for the Florida area. We have 32 degrees Celsius all in here, you guys. If a major hurricane and there was no wind shear, like a Katrina, I'm not saying it's going to be a Katrina, but we had any storm like Beryl enters the Gulf, we are going to be primed for maybe a 200-mile-an-hour storm. All right, I'm telling you guys, what I saw from Beryl, we have never seen. I think that was our warning sign that this hurricane season is going to take this pause for about maybe a few weeks, regain its strength in the water temps, and would let the La Nina cook in, because then boom, the Atlantic will explode. And we get any tropical wave in the Gulf, near the Bahamas, near Puerto Rico, anywhere in these areas, we are screwed. And if the conditions are right, this is going to be a catastrophic hurricane season, I do think. So let's take a look at some of the waters in the MDR. So the waters in the MDR has cooled over the last month, but recently they have started to regain some temps, and we are now looking at more 27, 26 degrees Celsius. But ocean heat content very durable here. But if we get any waves southern through there, we're gonna see some major tropical activity, especially if it enters even the warmer waters. So now, talking about all the waters, let's go into the ocean heat content. So Gulf of Mexico, the ocean heat content continues to get better and better, seeing those 50s and 70s now in the eddy, in that water eddy into the Gulf. We're seeing about 100 to maybe 150 feet deep. In the Caribbean, we're seeing about 150 to 175, maybe even over that near Jamaica, where a barrel went through. Wherever a barrel went through did not erupt the waters. That's just bottom line right there. It did not interrupt the waters. But wait, this was 6-2. Uh-oh. This was June. Oh shoot. You guys, wait a minute. I just realized that. We're in July. Uh-oh. Oh, whoa. I should have knew something was off. Wow. Wow. Look at that, you guys. That was June 6th. This is July 18th. And look at that. We got ocean heat content entering all the way up into the Northeast, even in the 20s to 50s, all the way up near New York. Look at these. I mean, everywhere is conducive. And now in the Jamaica area, we got ocean content 175 plus. And then in the Gulf, even more durable. Wow. Even the Atlantic here. Wow. That is very concerning. That this is the probably the record breaking ocean heat content, you guys. And you have to remember, this is not August. If we really wanted to, um, look at what August was last year, we can. So let's go into September. We're going to do the peak of the hurricane season. And we're going to go to 2023. And we are going to go to the 11th. Look at the ocean heat content on the 11th. Boom. Wait. Wait a second. Wow. Look at that. This was around the peak of the hurricane season, you guys. Look what we were looking at in the peak of the hurricane season. Look at where we are right now. Yeah, that is very concerning that the ocean heat content of where we are today is where it's supposed to be on September 12th. You guys, that is very concerning. Very concerning. So a lot more warming ahead with the waters. All right. But let's stop talking about the water temperatures and now let's take a look at the MJO forecast. So we take a look at the ensembles. This is a little bit of concerning to me. So, so the MJO is forecasted as we enter August to enter phases 8 and 1 and 2. And look at the worrying. The phases we are in right now are neutral, expected to go to the 5, 6, but then in the green line, enter the 8 and 1. Question is, how far does it go out into these phases will mean how strong the MJO is. And we've seen it when we had Beryl and those three named storms. We were in a favorable MJO. Not even actually for Beryl. We were not in a perfect MJO for Beryl. And that gave us a category 5. So with us entering a favorable MJO, I don't even know what to say. Just very worrying. We take a look at that. So let's take a look at the wave prediction. Look at that. So this is July 18th to the 23rd in these two boxes, and then July 28th. But once we enter August 2nd, there's the favorability start coming. and through August 7th, 12th, 17th, 22, and even 27. So the whole month of July, August is looking like this. Very conducive activity. That is a very concerning look to me. So we have to keep a watch on this, you guys. Really showing a lot. The MJO really propping it out. So let's take a look at some of the ensemble models. Are we seeing anything in the futures in the next 2 weeks or so? This is just a long range forecast now, so do not say, Justin, nothing's going to happen. This is so long now, because sometimes these ensembles do predict. And there it is. The ensembles in 240 hours out are starting to have some members pick up on some activity. You can tell even in the Bake and Peachy, there's a few lines here in the MDR. We're going to have to watch. This is the next 10 days. All right. So a little bit after those 7-day forecasts, we're going to have to watch and see the trends here. We looked at the 12Z yesterday. It had even less. So with the 0Z showing a little bit more, just tells you something. All right. We take a look at now the GEFS ensemble forecast. This is 240 hours out. Let's go to 60 at least. And boom. Had some ensemble support. But if we do the big thing, go out that 336 hours, we get some even more. Maybe in the Bacon Peachy, a little bit more out here off the East Coast. Yes, it's starting to show some activity further out. All right. But that's going to wrap it up for this update. We're going to probably have another update tomorrow or the day after of another tropical update. So please stay tuned. Hope you guys liked, enjoy, share this with other people, and warn other people if you guys are coming from the Caribbean, anywhere where you guys have hurricanes, tropical cyclones, even Mexico. I'd love to have you guys and help you guys understand the weather and the Atlantic hurricane season. So, have a great night. Have a great day, I mean, and see you guys in the next one.